I just want to know what, how do I word this properly? What somebody else's kids got to do with y'all is what I want to know.
I have a confession to make. I've been following for a very long time. I'm such a fan. I'm actually really nervous right now.
There's been some wild energy all over the internet, and Halle Bailey just snapped on DDG after fans claimed he got India Love pregnant, and the timing had everybody losing their minds. Screenshots were flying around. People were talking about filings, and all this chaos hit the same day he dropped those prom-style photos with India. Meanwhile, Halle moved like she was officially done letting DDG play Father of the Year on social media while Halo sees him in private. But the part that really shook everyone is that these pregnancy rumors weren't random jokes at all. They were linked to real clips, real reactions, and India's emotional moments on stream. With these whispers going around, old clips being dragged back up, and the timing being way too suspicious, people finally understood why Halle reacted the way she did. Because this situation didn't come out of nowhere. It came from a whole pattern. India Love was on stream talking about how she wants to start a family, and she already has somebody in mind. Then she turned around saying she wants someone who's always gonna be there for her. After that, she commented on her own IG post calling DDG a great father. Anyone in Halle's spot would have side-eyed that hard. Then the internet started piecing together old clips, and the whole vibe shifted fast. Right when India said she was ready to become a wife and start a family, people started dropping receipts saying DDG is about to do the same thing to India that people said he did to Halle. Get her pregnant and then switch up. The internet jumps fast, yes. But this timing had people looking twice because the exact same day DDG posted those prom pics with India, folks were saying his father role with Halo was suddenly turning into, okay, it's a different case now. That's when the theory blew up. Was DDG trying to replace Halo with a new baby with India Love? Halle's team didn't confirm anything publicly, but the move she made next said more than any statement ever could. And what she did is where everything got messy. Once the custody filing hit the internet, the whole situation flipped instantly, and everybody knows Halle doesn't move loud unless something pushed her there. Remember, Halle and DDG had just agreed to drop their restraining order situation after months of going at it in court. They finally locked in a temporary arrangement. DDG sees Halo on Wednesdays and certain weekends, no public slander, and no posting Halo on social media. Clean slate. So for Halle to take that fresh agreement and immediately file for custody the same day DDG posted prom pics with India, something snapped behind the scenes for real. And it wasn't just the picture, it was India's whole shift online. She started saying she needs stability, wants a family, wants someone who's consistent. Then her sister Morgan popped out praising DDG, saying he's so respectful and takes care of India. My sister, for sure! That's when the comments got messy fast because people started connecting every dot possible. Halle didn't even have to say anything publicly. But the moment that truly shook her was a clip of India telling DDG she loves him after he bought her a $30,000 Chanel bag. That wasn't regular relationship stuff at all. That was, I'm locked in with you forever energy, and let's be real for a second. Halle spent a whole year hiding her pregnancy from the world, protecting her baby, protecting her peace, and trying to build a quiet family behind the scenes. She kept everything private for a reason. So when she saw India out here talking about wanting kids, wanting marriage, speaking on faith, and even bringing DDG to church, it hit different. Halle didn't need to say a single word because the message was already loud. But the part that really pushed her over the edge was how India was moving. She wasn't acting like just a girlfriend anymore. She was acting like a possible stepmom, and the internet caught it before Halle even processed it. India was streaming from clubs, and her sister had to jump in, reminding her, "You're already dating DDG," after another man got too close. That was bold. extremely bold. And that was the moment Halle's patience ran out completely. But it gets deeper, because what India did next made everyone realize that all that talk online wasn't popping out of thin air. That's when the pregnancy conversations stopped feeling random and started looking like something people were seriously watching for. And India didn't help herself, because everything she did online kept making people talk even more.
I know you're lying. I always wanted, like, oh my God, I love it. I wanted this bag so much. I've seen it in Japan, that store.
Out of nowhere, she goes on stream saying God told her to start OnlyFans and show her promiscuous path. People had jokes everywhere about it. But then less than 24 hours later, she's on Twitch telling DDG she wants someone who will always be there. Her tone wasn't playful. She sounded drained, emotional, quiet between every sentence. And right when she started trending for that, DDG hit her with $100 worth of gifted subs trying to cheer her up. She smiled for a second, then dropped right back into sadness, and the internet caught that instantly. People started pointing out the emotional dips, the mood swings, the soft voice. Comment sections were going wild, saying things like, she acting well pregnant and she's glowing and crying for no reason. Nobody outright said she was pregnant, but the whole vibe felt different. Then came the biggest breadcrumb. India finally addressing that viral picture of her on her knees in front of a dude at a poker event. She said, I never said I was a role model. I'm trying to do better and with trials and errors. That's the kind of language people use when their life is shifting into something bigger and they're trying to clean up their image because of who they're dating. But it got even stranger. Michael Phelps, yes, the Olympic legend, was seen being a little too touchy with her at the same event. Everything about her energy felt chaotic and grounded at the same time, like someone trying to enjoy their last bit of outside life before stepping into something way more serious. But the clip that really shook viewers came from Kai's Streamer University, when DDG got caught hiding in India's closet. That moment wasn't cute at all. It looked like two people who were way deeper than they wanted the world to know. And once that clip resurfaced, people went back through every India Love moment with a whole magnifying glass. Then someone dropped a thread reminding everybody that back in 2021, a woman accused India of being with her husband while knowing he was married, and that's when the whispers turned way darker. People started asking, is DDG her new trophy? Is she trying to start a family as fast as possible? Why is she emotional about support out of nowhere? That's when Halle stepped back into the picture, because this wasn't just India being India anymore. This was India positioning herself like the woman ready to build a family with DDG, while Halle was fighting for custody of her child with him. Then came the real turning point. It wasn't India. It wasn't the timing. It wasn't even Halle filing for custody on the exact same day DDG posted those romantic Italy-style pics with India. It was DDG himself slipping up in a way that froze the entire internet. During a stream, he tried to downplay everything, tried to act unbothered, and then out of nowhere he said, India is my friend. We started off as close friends. Then you turned into my girlfriend. And he caught himself mid-sentence. He shut down instantly and stared into the camera like he realized he had just exposed the whole situation. That clip hit the timeline, and suddenly everything made sense, because this wasn't casual dating behavior anymore. This was relationship talk. This was future-building energy. And India wasn't hiding any of it. She almost said, I love you, on stream while giggling like a teenager. I didn't say that. Then she told him straight up what she admires about him. He's a great father. That's one thing I find very attractive about my move.
India's my friend, bro. We started off as close friends, and then you turn into my girlfriend.
Turn that shit. I'm my bad, I'm sorry.
I didn't say that.
That line right there had Halle heated, because how does someone who's never met your child start talking about parenting like she's preparing to step into that role? But DDG didn't stop there. He doubled down. He let India take him to church because he said he was moved by her talking about God. He let her broadcast their chemistry. He let her call him mama. He let her dance on him on stream for hours after saying people were trying to tear down his career. None of this looked like new relationship vibes. This looked like me and you against the world energy. And Halle knew that pattern too well because she was the last person DDG did all that with. But what really amplified the replacing Halo whispers was something more subtle. Every time DDG was with India, he was talking about family, future, and consistency. Things people felt he barely managed with Halle. Fans saw it. Halle definitely saw it. And then academics jumped in and made everything worse by calling India Love the female Saweetie vibes and saying Halle was spiraling because DDG kept contacting her, which she said violated boundaries. That pushed the situation into a whole new mess. The deeper this storyline went, the clearer it became that DDG was building something that looked like a brand new family blueprint. And Halle wasn't about to sit there watching the internet say her child was being replaced. But then India did something next that took everything into a different lane. Even DDG didn't expect it. India didn't just lean into her new image. She walked right into it like she wanted the whole world watching. And the timing is what made Halle reach her breaking point. Right when the whispers started getting louder, India went live talking about her new chapter, saying she wants to start a family, become a wife, and that she's getting closer to God. You don't randomly say stuff like that when you're just casually dating someone who just had a child with someone else. That's the type of thing you say when you're already deep with somebody, thinking about future kids, or maybe already shaping your life for that direction. And Halle, who spent months protecting Halo from the internet, sat there watching India talk openly about wanting a committed man. The internet was already in a frenzy, but things hit a whole new level when DDG decided to hop back on livestream like everything was normal. He sat there smiling at the chat, acting relaxed, acting like he didn't have the entire world watching his every move. And that's when people started calling out something different in his behavior. He was dodging certain questions, pausing before he answered anything, and moving like a man carrying a secret on his back. Then, somebody in the chat typed, "Why India moving like she's the new first lady?" And DDG froze for a split second. That pause alone had people clipping the moment and sharing it everywhere, because it looked like he wanted to respond, but stopped himself so he wouldn't slip again. Meanwhile, India was acting like she just entered the soft era she always dreamed of. She started posting aesthetics, sunrise photos, candles lit, Bibles open, captions talking about growth and choosing love. And folks were confused because this was a whole switch from her usual vibe. One day, she's dancing in a studio with loud music playing, and the next, she's journaling about being guided by a higher purpose. That shift made people look at her twice. But the part that really shook everyone was how she talked about consistency. She didn't say DDG's name directly, but the message was clear as day. She said, "I want someone who leads with actions, not just words. Someone who's steady, someone who shows up every time." And the internet went wild because people were like, "Oh, she is talking to somebody specific for sure." At the same time, Halle unfollowed 2 pages that fans noticed she used to watch often. Pages that posted motivational quotes about staying strong in relationships. That tiny move alone had people creating theories like it was a detective case. Folks swore Halle was done for real and wasn't coming back this time. Then things took a twist nobody expected. DDG got invited onto a podcast, and he showed up with this calm energy that felt too calm. The host asked him, "So, what's going on with all the online chatter?" And he gave this little laugh like he was brushing dust off his shoulder. He said, "People don't know what's real. They don't know what's actually happening behind the scenes." But the host pushed it further, saying, "Are you building something new?" And that's when DDG leaned forward and said, "I'm in a different space in life right now. I'm focused on growth." As soon as he said that, fans clipped it everywhere because that didn't sound like a man who was casually dating. That sounded like someone preparing for a new chapter, whether people liked it or not. And while all of that was happening, India posted a picture in a long dress, soft lighting, hand on her stomach, not in a pregnant way, but in a symbolic way. And she captioned it, "Becoming who I prayed for."
Thank you, Moo. Big Moo without it. Wow, thank you, Moo Moo. Big Moo, not the little one. My hair is pissing me. I need to find out that I'm pregnant with twins, actually.
What? How old are you?
The thing for me, though, I was excited at first, but the doctor said that I have twins by 2 different dads.
The internet exploded because the timing was way too convenient, way too smooth. Comment sections went crazy with people saying things like, "She's hinting again, this is staged, DDG definitely knows something," and Halle seeing this gotta hurt. Even though the photo itself wasn't suspicious, the vibe around it definitely was. Then late at night, DDG posted a message on his story saying, "Everything happening is part of a bigger plan. No explanation, no follow-up, just that one line." And that left everyone trying to decode his intentions like he dropped a puzzle piece for the world to interpret. By sunrise, people were saying the situation didn't feel like drama anymore. It felt like a shift, a major shift, and something bigger was coming next. India didn't hide anything at all. She didn't say she already had someone in mind, but the way she moved made it obvious who she was talking about. She wasn't subtle for even 1 second. She wanted people connecting the dots, and the internet did exactly that. People started stitching old videos of DDG hiding in her closet, clips of him hugging her at clubs, flying her out, showering her with gifts, all of it. Then folks rewatched every emotional moment India ever had. Clips of her crying on stream, clips of her mood swings, clips of her hinting that she wanted stability and spiritual growth. And for Halle, who had just finished battling DDG in court for custody, seeing all this chatter felt like a straight slap in the face. Because how does the internet switch up so fast? From praising her as a new mom to accusing her ex of replacing her child with another woman's future kid? Even if none of the speculation was real, the disrespect was very real. Then the final straw hit. India's whole energy shifted. Old clips resurfaced of her pranking DDG saying she was pregnant with twins by 2 different fathers. The internet wasn't laughing this time either. People were watching her body language, the quiet moments, the way she touched her stomach, the way her eyes dropped whenever the topic got close. Everything she did suddenly had people analyzing like detectives. Look, none of this confirmed that India is actually pregnant. There's no announcement, no documents, no soft launch reveal hidden behind filters. But the timing, the clips, the comments, her sudden emotional switch, and DDG's own slip-up created a storm that felt too perfect to ignore. And for Halle, it wasn't something she could take lightly anymore. The saddest part in all this is that Halle ended up caught directly in the middle. DDG was outside enjoying this new family era with India, while Halle was trying her hardest to protect her son from being dragged into drama he never asked to be part of. Whether DDG is building a new family or just moving reckless, whether India is preparing for motherhood or simply growing through her own chapter, or whether the internet is stitching together a storyline that never actually existed, it didn't matter in the moment. Because one thing was clear, 2 things were solid. Halle wasn't reacting to rumors. She was reacting to patterns, and those patterns were loud. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like, subscribe, and share, because this story is only getting wilder. Stay locked in, and I'll see you in the next video.